All right, well done for doing part 1 of our mini investigation. Now in our part 2, I want to show you how I recorded my results. Now, I did my investigation, I dropped the ball, I made sure that all my measurements were accurate. Then I wrote down my measurements to make sure that I've got my data. Then I wanted to present my work. Now we are using a template, a specific template for recording all our results. And you will see the link for the template that we are using. I've got it up here and you will see the link for it if you click on it. Now you do not have to print it out. Right? I actually made my own version just using my pencil on a normal piece of paper, and I just copied what number 1 says and I just wrote number 1 here. So it says, what are we going to investigate? And we know that our mini investigation or our investigations always has a question because we want to know something. If we already know the answer, then what's the point of doing it? So we are asking a question, and our question we will write at number 1. It's the first thing we write down. Which ball is the bounciest? That is what I want to find out. Okay? And then number 2, it says, what do you predict will happen? We know as scientists, we like to predict, and we use all our scientific knowledge to try and see whether we know what will happen. And it will also these predictions help us to be safe, because if we know how certain materials will react, we know what to do to be safe. So when to use safety goggles, when to use gloves, and things like that. Okay, so what do we predict will happen? I wrote, I think the tennis ball will be the bounciest because it is made of rubber with air inside. Now I don't want to read all my answers, and I didn't want to zoom into my answers deliberately because I want you to create your own answers. You can see that I've got my graph here and I've used different colors. Blue for, I love color, you know I love color. Gray is boring, so we want to use color. I've made my bar graph, and I know you've been learning about bar graphs in maths. So we're using all our learning from different subjects and putting it all together as we learn and continue on our learning journey in school. Right, and then we've got underneath our bar graph, and that's how we're presenting our data, because I think our data really lends itself well to creating a graph. And I love graphs because it gives us a lot of information just at a glance. I can have a look at it and I can immediately see which one bounced higher. I love graphs, different types of graphs, fantastic. Right, so let's move on to our answer. What is it that we can claim that is true? We've done all our investigation, we've got our data, we know what happened. Now we can claim something. We've got an answer for our question. So my claim is the tennis ball is the bounciest because, and I'm not going to read the rest of my answer because I want you to write what you think. And then underneath that, of course, as scientists, we always have to back up our answers with evidence. So I wrote here, we dropped 4 balls made from different materials from the same height and recorded the results. So that is what we did, and that is my evidence. I've recorded the results, and I've got everything there to prove my answer, to prove my claim. Right, well, thank you boys and girls for doing our first mini investigation for this unit. As the weeks go on, we'll do more mini investigations. I love this part of our science unit because I love doing investigations, and I know you do too. Try and do this at home. You've got different balls at home. You do not have to go out and buy different balls. I'm sure you've got a ball somewhere. Maybe you've got different bouncy balls at home. Just try and remember to keep the conditions the same, so to keep the size of the balls the same, so that we can have an as fair test as possible. Okay, well done in advance for having a go and trying this, and I'm looking forward to seeing lots of photos and videos of your amazing work. Please keep sending that to me at rinus.steen@ais.ae. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe.